Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you fine folks doing this morning?
Good morning.
Morning.
All right. Look, it's 10:30. Let's roll while we wait for more people to get here. Who's got something good? I mean, we're like weeks into this. You know I'm going to ask, right? Who's got something good to start us off with? Let's get some positivity on a Monday morning. What do you got? Anything?
Let's see.
Well,
We
I've got
had,
oops.
yep, go, 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 go.
Well, I've got something good. My brother has it's a terminal disease called scleroderma, and he has been approved for a stem cell replacement or whatever they call it. And so super excited about that because it was a lot of testing he had to go through to be approved, and he got approved. So there is hope, and we are super excited about that.
Oh,
Oh,
congratulations.
that's amazing. Oh, that's a big one. Man, you set the bar really high. That's amazing. Chaz, what's yours? We'll still take it. It's probably not going to mess with that, and yet we'll still take it.
Oh, that's cool, man. I was just gonna say I had this weekend. I was at the Emily Arena, and I had a chance to see one of my most favorite people in the world, Kirk Franklin, in a gospel concert. 20,000 people pumped up, excited, and turned on a Saturday night with gospel music, and it was just great. So that's my big aha. And we have five additional, I think three additional, maybe eight total full bowls that we're signing up today as well. That's my
I
second.
love that. Yeah, Jesse emailed and said she had five. So I think it is
Yeah, I've got
five.
the other I've got the other three sitting here. Just need to do a little more with them, but I'll get that figured out before the day's over.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, if she said five, I know it's five because like I trust MCA math. Like MCA math, I always
That's
trust.
right.
So that is
That's right.
fantastic.
Yep,
I
yep.
love it. And we'll get
She
the
sent
other
you
three.
five.
I love it. All right.
Cool. Hallelujah.
Awesome. Hey, yes, absolutely. Okay, so here is my goal today. My goal today is to make this call quick-ish because we're launch week. Like we're there. And I appreciate everything you guys have done. I want to review some numbers with you guys. I will start with Tampa because I do want to celebrate them. You got based just off of your numbers and having average show rate and average conversion rate, you will hit a number of 131. Your push goal was 130. Now they need to show up. They need to show up, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And like we're there. We're there, friends. Minneapolis, you're super, super close. So Minneapolis, you guys had a push goal of getting to 120. Based off current numbers, we would hit 110 if all of the averages show up, which I think is amazing. And yet, what the challenge I want to put out there for my Minneapolis peeps is that you have an extra day. Tampa launches tomorrow. Like they're it's happening, right? You have an extra day. If you added 24 more first step, and let's be honest, there's like eight participating market centers. So if everybody just added three first step only, you would hit your 120. Like the math works great. And we've tracked this math for a long time. So if you're like, I don't care, I'm good with 110, it's your bold, it's not mine. And if each market center added three first step, you guys would hit that push goal, which I think is pretty cool. Kansas City has a little bit more room, and Kansas City does not launch until next week, not this week. Your current numbers have you at a 71 person bold, which is great because the minimum is 50. So we don't need to worry about the bold. And you've got time to add some people, which is great. So what I really want to do today is I'd like to make sure that we are super clear on what we're going to do this week to make sure that step one is great and not just good. We don't want good, we want great. All right. So I know I already shared this. This is your reminder. So like Tampa, so the three market centers for Palm Harbor, Tampa, you guys have some calls to make today. And remember, they're calls, they're not texts or emails because those aren't as personal and we can't apply the guilt as much in a text or an email. So remember, it is just rolling through your rosters of the people who are registered. Hey, we are so excited. Bold Step One is tomorrow. We can't wait to see you. It starts at 9 at, give the address for the Tampa training room. We've saved you a seat and we've bought you a lunch and we can't wait to see you. And like literally like allow them to maybe say thanks and then get off the phone. Like the whole idea is that you don't give them time to say, well, I was thinking, or, something came up, or I've got a showing, like, right? Like, no, we already bought your lunch. Get here in the morning. All right. So, and same thing tomorrow, Minneapolis, that's what your days are going to look like. You're going to be calling through and reminding everybody. And the other thing that I would suggest, we send out a text reminder as well, and yet we come from a stranger danger number, so we know they don't all read them. What I want to make sure you guys remind in that message is you might want to throw in the $500 drawing. I absolutely believe, what if it got you 10 or 15 more people to show up that were going to just pass because they were like, eh. Like, I think it's worth it because if we get that many people, we're going to get some fulls as well. So make sure and remind them, I've got the gift cards. I'll never give away Visa cards again. That was a total cluster. And I will just get cold hard cash next time. And I've got the cards. I've got them ready. I have 500 for every location. So make sure that you guys play that up and get those extra people to show up. And then the last super important piece is, so for Tampa is hosting in their market center where I also have an office. So like 8 o'clock is great tomorrow for my coordinator plus everybody else. And I know that a lot of you used to be realtors, which means some of you still function on realtor time. Please be there at 8 o'clock. Because at 8:15, we're going to have a leadership huddle that we need to be done with by 8:30, because that's usually when people start to show up. And we're going to win together. And remember, I want as much leadership as possible and at least one person from every market center. Otherwise, it's going to get really weird at first break when I'm like, all right, this office goes over there and this office goes over there and this office, oh, your leadership's not here. Come talk to me. Like, it's weird, right? So we're going to make sure people are there. And at 8 o'clock. For Minneapolis, and I believe this was in your instructions, whoever is my coordinator, please have them get there at 7:45. I know it stinks. I totally get it. And I have walked into rooms before that are totally set up wrong, where the audio doesn't work. And when we get there extra early, just for step one, it just ensures that we don't have any issues. And then for the rest of the leadership, please be there at 8 o'clock as well. All right. Questions about the reminder calls? Are there any questions about timing? I can help you with time. I have to teach my kids too. It's fine. Are there any questions about that? That's a joke. You guys are all much smarter than my kids. Okay. So here's the other piece of advice. Come to step one, the best version of you, baby. Like, your agents are going to follow your energy. And I'm going to come in like a wrecking ball, like a lunatic. I have so much energy at step one. It's going to be awesome. And I'm one person. Your agents are going to follow your lead. So if you're in there like, yeah, have you thought about signing up? No. Hey, come on, let's get you. Like, they are going to follow you if you are excited. It is contagious. You all know that because you've all been on the opposite end of it, right? You've been with somebody who has gotten you so excited about something that you maybe weren't excited about in the first place, and it's because they showed up at a high level. So, you get the drill, right? Don't go to bed at midnight. Eat a decent breakfast. Get caffeinated if that's what you need, and just show up your best self. When you guys do that, we will meld together and we will create magic at step one. So are there any questions and of any nature around step one or the reminders? I want to make sure that we are set up to succeed. Like, how cool would it be if our show rate was 80% instead of 60%? And I have had a show rate as high as 90% before. I've yet to have 100. So like, if we do those reminders, it's huge. So are there any questions? There are no bad questions. Please ask them if you have them. Sweet. So we're good? Are we excited?
Hudson, I do have one question.
Go ahead.
Because
yes.
Not much as we've done together, this is the first time you're hosting one of my bowls.
Yeah.
The question is, when for recruits that will be in the room versus Keller Williams agents, I'm assuming you're going to want to know that who's there. I mean, I know you got the list and everything else, but 180.
Yeah, I won't know who they are. Yeah.
So I'm asking, like, Madison, Cynthia, Sharon, Chaz, you guys, if you could make sure that Hudson's aware of those people, because I think it's going to make it that much more special for them, and it will help with the process. So just making sure I'm assuming you want to be aware of that.
It will, and I might even tell them, and so same thing for the other locations, right? Like, if you've got recruits there, at the first break, which will be 10:30-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood, like I'm gonna break you guys up by market center. So my question would like, or my suggestion would be, I will say out loud, if you're not with Keller Williams, please go to the leader who invited you to be here. And yet, why don't you just set them up for that so it's never weird? Like, because you're gonna, if you've not done this before, like you are gonna give extra attention to those guests when they come in that door and say hello, shake their hands, give them a hug, depends on your relationship. I would just give them a heads up, like, hey, there's going to be a break mid-morning, and he's going to divide things up by market center. I know you're not with us. Just come over with that group. That way, you're not sitting off on your own. Because I've been in bowls before where there's just like 3 or 4 random recruits sitting in an empty, like in a sea of seats. It's not a good feeling for them. So, great question. Any other questions? Was that question a portal to another, or that was it? Okay. You all have my contact information. If anything changes, let me know. Minneapolis, I get in like 8:30 or something tomorrow night. The flights were not plentiful. And I will be there. Everything is great. It's a direct flight. I don't have to worry about connections. Tampa, I live down the street. You know, you don't have to worry about that. If I don't show up, something's gone down. Or maybe my kids kidnap me. I don't know. So here's what I'm going to do. If there's no more questions, what I would ask is if you are with the Kansas City Bold, I want you guys to stay on for a few minutes. I just want to help strategize on how we can kind of bridge that gap since we have the extra week. If you are with Minnesota or you are with the Ubaldini group, I can't wait to see you in person, and you can totes hop off this Zoom. So if you are with Kansas, stay on. Guys, if there's questions today or tomorrow, just reach out. I got your back. We're going to win. We're going to crush it. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. All right. All right. So Kansas City folks who are on, like, this is where we work together. Like, your bold's going to make, it's going to happen. It's all good. And I believe, and maybe I'm wrong, and you guys can tell me. I mean, my guess is that you guys realize too, the more people you have in that room, the better things go in your market center. It's not just about the bold, right? So I'm curious, have any of you not done the call-a-thon that we talked about last week? No judgment, by the way. Okay, you didn't do it. Did anybody else not do it? Stephanie, you did do it, or you're saying you did it?
We did.
Got it. That was a very clunky question. Thank you for getting me the answer. So, Robin, I'm telling, and I know I sent out the text. I don't know what you guys see or don't. I'm not in your world. I know you have 800 things going on every single day. It worked amazing in a couple of our market centers, and you guys still have time to set it up. I know that there's a lot of market centers, so please don't hate me. I'm still, without looking at a spreadsheet, I'm matching up. Stephanie, you're with Morgan, right?
Correct.
Okay. Oh, I got it right. I didn't even have to give a disclaimer. Perfect. So I think she's planned something again for this week because the last one was not awesome, right? So she just planned another one.
Correct.
Perfect. And then I think she's gonna do some at the ALC meeting as well. So that, I don't know if any of the rest of you have an ALC meeting this week. She was just going to take like 15, 20, 30 minutes, I don't know, and just have them all call a few people. Here's what we saw happen. And again, like I totally have, like it's almost like a nepotism moment, which is not the reason I got the bold. And yet I'm doing a bold in my home market center, which I've never done. So I was around when they didn't know I was around, by the way, because as you can see, my office has no windows. I'm kind of in a cave. I could hear people though. Like, it was so simple. And the people who were getting the most registrations were not necessarily leadership. It was agents that were signed up for Bold. Like it was a super cool experience. So I really think like if they were able to add 49 in one day, just the one market center, and they already had a pretty high number enrolled. So like they didn't have as much meat left on the bone. Like I really think I don't know if we're in range of hitting the stretch goal that we set of 150. What I do think we're in range of is getting over 100. Like just looking at the other two locations, because Minneapolis as well, like Minneapolis and the group here in Tampa, they both added, like one of them added, gosh, like close to 80 first steps this past week. and the other one added just under 70. Like, so you guys are poised to add a lot of people, and I just want to know, you already know what you could do it. So I guess my question is there anything that I can do to help you guys bridge the gap and make sure that you maximize the benefit of this bold? And there's no bad questions or bad requests. So the worst I can say is no, I can't do that. I mean, yeah. So what do you got? How can I help?
Yeah, I'm just going to be super transparent because everyone on this call knows that's how I am. Yeah, Hudson, we have just not been purposeful, and we have to get purposeful this week because it's our agents' lives, and we get caught up in all the other things, and we just need to do the call-a-thon. We need to all get together, shut the door, and make the calls, because I know our people say, yes, we have 640 agents. I mean, I'm embarrassed, quite frankly. I'm just going to be really honest with you. I'm embarrassed that we have one full bold signed up and 30 first step, and we have 640 people, which means we're failing about 600 of them. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. And it's nothing that you could do better. It's what we can do better.
Okay.
You're doing, and if we don't do, then we're just failing on our part.
So first of all, like, I've had your job. Please give yourself grace. It doesn't matter. It's done. Like, the guilt is not going to help you. And I'm sure there's other people on here that are like, yeah, I haven't talked to as many people as I should either. Like, you're not alone. Like, and you can get a lot done this week.
Yep.
You can get a lot done. Plus, let's be honest, like, we're a Thursday launch too. So you have part of next week. Here's the reality. And I think you know this, so I don't mean, like, there's no more time to put it off though.
Exactly.
So like, it has to happen now. And I look at it this way, like, you should be able to add, I mean, I bet you could add 60 people this week easily, just because you have that big of a pool. My guess, and because you've been transparent, and I appreciate that, there are so many people in your office that don't even know Bold's happening.
Oh, bingo.
And the reality of that, seeing this happen in other instances, some of them are actually going to be upset when they find out after the fact, because people are going to start posting on social media. So like, so drop the guilt, useless emotion, give yourself grace. And I would just like, and in fact, like, we'll end here in the next few minutes. Take 5 minutes, 7 minutes, like, come up with a plan. I don't care what it looks like. Just come up with a plan that you can actually execute. What is on the schedule this week that's just not that important or timely that maybe you could push to create some time to give to this? Because I think this is going to be like shooting fish in a barrel for you. And I have seen bolds. There was a bold that was doing horrible. It was like, I think it was last year. And the host market center went to cancel it. Well, the other market center that was participating was really amped about it. So they're like, no, we still want it. They had to add like 40 full bolds within a week's time. They added 65 because the pressure was on and they had no time to waste, and they used that. So I just want you guys to know, like, the truth is, like, with your agent count, we actually could hit 150, and I guarantee we can get over 100. It's going to take some massive action, though, and I really appreciate you being transparent. So just come up with a plan. Does anybody else have any questions or anything they'd like to get off their chest, like Robin? Okay, so here's what you're going to do. I know we don't have all the leadership from all the offices. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get with the rest of your leadership and be like, y'all wake up. We got a week and a half. We can crush this. And then you're going to come up with questions, or you're going to talk to somebody who needs me to call them, like, please work me out. I'm going to have a ton of time sitting in airports, waiting for rental cars. Like, I will make time to help you do what you need to do. Right? Use the fact that we're giving away money at First Step. That alone makes it, look, if they will show up to your meeting for free lunch, now they're getting free lunch and a chance at $500. Like, they'll show up. Realtors love free stuff, man. Oof. So go get it. I promise you, you can all hit the goals that you set. It's going to take massive action. You're going to reach out to me if you need help. If I get to step one and find out that you're like, yeah, I should have reached out and I didn't, I'm going to look at you like you would look at your kid when they do something crazy, right? So reach out to me. Let me help you. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes of your time back so you guys can take it and use it and come up with a plan. And if I don't have a TL on here and you're the MCA, you're running Bold now. Congratulations. You come up with a plan and just get your TL on board, all right? You'll reach out to me if you have questions. I need head nods. You're going to do
Yes.
it for real. Okay. I appreciate you. I love you. It's going to be amazing. I will see you in a week and a half. Talk soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.